Okay, so we was up till midnight last night tuning. I was up till midnight, George was. So what do? Nitrous's, not supercharged. So this is what we're looking at. This is what we have to improve. Okay, so this car is belongs to a customer that lives in the Caribbean islands. He bought the car sight unseen based on what somebody else told him, shipped the car to us. We're kind of doing some maintenance as well as the full Kraftwerks kit. Then he's getting shipped back to him in the Caribbean. So we try and keep all the parts that come off these cars and give them back to the customer. But this thing here is patched up and modified and tweaked, and I mean the muffler has like 37 hangers on it. It's been on 4 different cars. It's got all junk and welded. So we're gonna go and make the executive decision to go ahead and throw that in the dump. Transmission out. You know what's next? The clutch. The FX300. Alright, this is the one-piece flywheel. This is the Clutchmaster's flywheel. As you see, one of the things is the surface is super duper slick and shiny. It looks pretty, but that doesn't help the clutch break in. Alright, so I just got the flywheel back. See the surface is on there. It's like a crosshatch. We're going to be selling this again in our online store, and we're going to offer it exactly like you see it right now, so it's ready to go. So just as preventive, we're doing an oil change on this car. Doesn't look like it's really had a whole lot of love, and you see how dark it is. Also, George found a lot of oil here, so we're going to put a main seal in there. You see how oily it is. It's actually wiped out and blown off most of it, but it's still quite a bit collected in there.
I haven't cleaned the transmission. If you want to see how the inside of this looks, that's what the transmission looks like.
Yeah, it's got some goofy grease in there because somebody's been in there messing around. Looking at this car, judging by the aftermarket modifications and things on it, it looks like it's been a previously modified car. It's got coilovers and adjustable end links and that kind of thing. There's the end links. And looking at the fenders, looks like the fenders were flared out pretty heavily, which means it's probably been lowered with a really aggressive offset. And there's all kinds of panels missing. There's a plastic panel under here that's gone. We're probably going to have to order one and put that back, because if not, basically what happens is as the air comes through the bumper, rather than concentrating through the condenser and the radiator, it just basically blows out of here. So that's what we've got right here. You can see on the hand is. So basically what happens is that speed is the air goes through here, and rather than getting forced through the radiator and cooling, the air just comes right out of here. Now you've seen us do this a million times, so I really don't know what else to say. That bit, one of those, that little guy back there, this stuff, and that guy. So there's the Skunk 2 header installed. Again, we've already talked about this, but I'm going to tell you one more time. Make sure you clean that with either a brake cleaner or alcohol or lacquer thinner, something that evaporates and doesn't leave a residue behind. That way that thing will look nice and gold, rather than getting all kinds of funky dark colors on it. See this guy over here? You know what I'm going to say about that, right? That looks horrible. We're going to fix that. I don't like this. This looks terrible. That's what it's getting. This is one of our refinished spark plug covers. Look how good that looks. Just in case you don't know what it could look like. You already know this, but part of your install at LHT is you get new plugs. So I pulled the coils out and did notice these were the bolts holding on the coils. You don't have to be an expert to know that that isn't enough thread to go into aluminum. So we're going to be changing all those bolts. So the new bolts are in on the coils, so we're not going to worry about those coming loose. Put the new cover back on there. Looks good, right? Much better than last one. So I just noticed by there. What's that? The sensor on the back of the valve cover. It's missing the plug, it's just stuck on there. I should get a close-up of that. Yeah, look how nice that is. So we're going to have to take care of that. pretty sure this isn't Skunk 2, even though it says Skunk 2 inside. I'm pretty sure that isn't a Skunk 2 piece. Either way, it's purple. It doesn't match anything on the car. I want to paint it black. I don't like the look of it, which probably means he won't like the look of it. So this isn't real exciting. In fact, it's like watching paint dry. But you know, I'm going to film it anyway. Look at that expert spray pattern. Perfect. Another supercharger kit going on. Look how nice that head unit looks. Of course, like we always say, all LHT kits come with a 30mm upgrade as standard, so that is included for no extra charge, just part of the LHT package. So my favorite job is coming up, but the best part about this is I get to do it the easy way. Alright, cringe time. Hurts. Try not to cut the strap behind there, so I'm going very careful, because the strap behind it I need. Of course, of all things, look at that. Felt like the worst blade ever. I'll shave this thing. Nice new one. See, I've done that before, right? Oh, look at that. Good. That's a factory pump. And the sending unit doesn't look like it's been interfered with at all, which is also highly surprising. Okay, the new pump is in. Everything's back together. Let's drop this back in the tank. What smells so good in here?
This is beginnings of lunch.
You have a panini machine?
Yeah, well, you know.
That is awesome.
Trying to get a little fancy.
It's getting better and better. Look at that. That's not cat meat, is it?
No!
What is it? Oh, it's tuna.
It's tuna fish. Same thing though, right?
I hope not. So the intercooler is in. I'm not sure if I filmed this, so if I did, this won't air. Anyway, the plastic piece here we've ordered from Honda should be here today. Right now we are working on the exhaust. This customer opted for our twin loop, which basically is a muffler with a double pass. Tube goes in, goes around, and then comes back out again. Basically the tube goes through twice. See, this is the entry tube. Goes in through the top, makes a loop around, then comes out through the bottom. So when you look at it, it looks like this. So the tip, it's a double wall and it's a slash cut. It actually is larger on the outside than the inside, so it gives you the look of a larger tip, but not the bigger diameter, which tends to make them more droney. But that's what the tip, I'm just gonna hold it there. That's what the tip looks like. This is AP2 bumper, so this cutout here is larger, so we use a larger tip. We have two different style tips. One is for the AP1. Obviously the tip is a little bit smaller, it fits that exhaust pocket a little bit better. This one kind of fills that in. Do my best not to get this on my hand. However, it usually ends up going on my hand. And it smells delicious. Oh, look at that. It's not as dark as I was expecting, but there is quite a lot of junk on the magnet. I'm going to drain the trans here. Again, should be almost clear, like a slight gold color. You see that's darker than what it should be. So that's probably either old. You see on the strip right here, it's either old or it's not the trans fluid that should be in there. A lot of people put motor oil in here, which is the wrong stuff. There is the soft top. Just to give you a heads up, get people ask all the time, how many soft tops do you do? Do you do anybody else's brand? Nope, we only do Honda OEM soft tops, and last year and this year we did more OEM Honda soft tops than anybody in the United States. Anybody. So you can trust us to do it. See this name? See this car? We do a lot. All right, we've just gone through the bleeding procedure and we've got fluid where it needs to be. Top is all done. Look how good that looks. The top looks fantastic. This is one of the best parts. Look at that. That changes the car completely, doesn't it? And once it sits outside, everything will stretch in. Once it gets some heat on it, we just literally put the top up, so a lot of those wrinkles will come out like these where it folds in the box. Give you an idea here how quiet the twin loop is. Like to test the fans, run the AC, make sure it's good. We've installed 1 million fans, but always like to make sure they work and make sure they're rolling in the right direction. So this marks history. I know this is crazy and most people are going to think I'm nuts. Christmas Day is the 25th. I'm English, or I was born in England. Boxing Day is the day after Christmas. I always take that off. Look at that, even says Boxing Day there, Canada.
Are you sure you're not from Canada?
I didn't think so. So guess what? We're taking that whole week off. You see the whole month is being booked. That week, we're off. Hey, look at that, vacation with pay. First time in 21 years I have taken that week off from Christmas to New Year's. So, hey, look at those guys. There's another free commercial for you, Austin. So, that week, if you're calling us, the phones will ring and ring and ring, and nobody answer them because we are off having Christmas vacation. So the car is low on gas. It's got 2 bars, and as far as we know, the car has been sitting. The gas didn't smell real good that was in it, so we are going to put fresh 5-gallon jug of 93 in there before we start tuning. Okay, so there is a slight change again. Okay, remember that TV? I thought it was 42. Oh, look what George is looking at on the TV. That's some quality stuff right there. I thought that was a 42-inch TV, and it turns out it's a 48. That used to be over there. So this one here looks great on a front-wheel drive car. You sit here, fantastic. We can see everything. We can see all the cool LHT stuff, and hopefully we can see a dyno graph. But that one over there went from a 48-inch to a 55-inch. It's not that much bigger, and I'm kind of, you know, eyesight's not as good as it used to be. I'm not 18 anymore. Sometimes I am. So I sit here, actually on the other side of the car, and that TV is still miles away. So we are going to return that TV and order a 65-inch. So first run didn't make a lot of power, and we found the possible solution. So it turns out the throttle doesn't go all the way down. When you press this, it hits this plastic. Well, we noticed when we did the clutch, the tunnel had been kind of dented in there, and apparently it's dented in to the throttle pedal. So that's our throttle. Oh, is that full throttle? Yeah, it's got full throttle now. Okay, another S2000 done. You kind of saw from the video what we did. Full Kraftwerk supercharger kit, did a few of our own revisions, which you know about that. This one got the twin loop exhaust, which you should be able to see the video about the exhaust and the sound clip. Made just shy of 400 horsepower. Car is 161,000 miles. I just on the dyno. Kind of smokes a little bit. Engine is a little tired, but it's still running, making decent power. I think it did like 396. Also, you saw us do the convertible soft top, Honda OEM top. That's the one we choose. Look how much better that looks. It makes the car look fresh. Also, a Skunk 2 header and the gauges, our standard gauge package with the pod. It's coming along. We're getting kind of loud over there. I don't know if you watched this video. If you didn't, check out our YouTube. You'll see that. Made 470 horsepower on an 06 up.
Nope. Unreal. I love it.
This is a nice build. Again, I really appreciate you bringing the car to us.
Trust you guys with anything. Please like and subscribe to LHC Performance.